Mhm. Why is it important to reflect on your goals? Why is it important to reflect? What is the point of reflection? Why is reflection so powerful? Right? Have you ever found yourself asking these questions? Or have you never ever thought about this question? Do you normally look back in time and ask yourself, how was my day? Right? What did I do all through the day? Do you ever find yourself asking, how was my month? How was my week? How was my year? Right? Do you ever take the time to sit back and look and reflect on how your day was, how your month was, or how your year was, right? If you've ever questioned this thing or it's crossed your mind to some degree, or even if it's never crossed your mind, in this video, we're going to address this question. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Felix and welcome to episode number 6. And today we're just going to talk about reflection, reflecting on your goals, reflecting on life, reflecting on this year, right? And anything else we want to reflect on. Today we're going to discuss this. So this topic came to me. It came to me because I was looking back on a few years back, right? Even looking back how this week went, how last week was, and the week before that. I was like, you begin to notice there's a pattern on how you do things. You begin to notice that there are certain things that that begin to connect, right? In my case, I've noticed there are certain things that I've started doing consistently because I'm trying to develop certain habits. So now these little pieces of things that are coming from different areas of my life are beginning to connect like a puzzle, right? And the more of these little things that you collect, the more of these little habits that you begin to change in yourself, you begin to notice that, hey, this habit makes sense. That thing makes sense. So this thing and that thing, when put together, it becomes something incredible, right? So tell me, as the year is coming to an end, the year is coming to an end soon, and we have a few days, maybe 2 more weeks or less, right? Year is coming to an end. Are you taking the time to reflect on how this year was? Are you taking the time to look at the mistakes that you've done? Yesterday's video, I talked about mistakes, and by reflecting, right, you'll be able to see these things. So do you take the time to reflect and ask yourself, I messed up. I keep repeating this same mistake over and over again, right? Or I keep doing this thing correctly, and it's gotten to the point whereby you don't even think about it, right? But you just keep doing it. Now, when you begin to develop this sense of awareness, around the thing or the things that you're working on. Now, before I go any further, let me share this quote with you guys by Buddha. He says, do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Now, what is Buddha trying to say here? So basically what Buddha is saying is that he wants you to not dwell in the past. Now, a lot of somebody say that when you're living in the past, that's where you become depressed because you're living and depending on things that has already happened, right? It could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, but if you're depressed, it's because you're dwelling on the things that have happened in the past that doesn't bring you any joy or any fulfillment, right? I do understand certain things that have happened in the past is hard to overcome them. That I do understand. But the willpower within you should understand that you have that willpower to be able to fight some of these negative things in the past to allow you to move forward. That's why when you begin to reflect on your goals, you reflect on life, you understand the power of reflecting, and then you begin to realize that, I am happy even though I'm dwelling in the past. I am happy because I see the good things that happened in the past, and I'm taking those things and adding that into my current life to build a better life. Or if the bad things happen in the past, even though you're dwelling on it, learn from those things, right? Take those mistakes that happened in the past. Learn from those mistakes, correct yourself, and try to move forward, try to build something better out of it. There's been success stories whereby so many people who came from nothing, so many people who've been through hell have had to overcome their crazy, intense, painful past because they say, no, enough is enough. I'm the maker. I'll make my way, right? With the help of a higher power, of course, if you believe in that. You make your way, you get out of the gutters, and then you elevate yourself, you elevate your life, and then you elevate people around you, right? So going back to Buddha, he's saying, do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Why is he saying not to dream on the future? Okay. He also says concentrate the mind on the present moment. Now, anybody who understands the power of dreams and the power of visions will somewhat agree with this. Buddha is saying do not dream of the future. He says concentrate your mind on the present moment, right? But most people are driven by the end goal. Let's say if you've already dreamt of the future, you visualize your future, right? You know exactly what you want in your future, right? As I spoke about in the other video, that we are created from the image of God, and God gave us this ability to be able to create things out of nothing, right? Because we have the same DNA. So Buddha is saying, do not dream of the future, but it's the picture of the future, like having built that image in your head first, dreamt of it. That's what's going to allow you to come back to the present moment, which is the next step of this quote, which is concentrating the mind on the present moment. So once you've built that picture in your head, you finish whatever it is that you want to have in the future, go to the future, build that, and then come back to the present moment. This is where now you concentrate your energy to make sure that whatever you've created, whatever you've seen, the image you've dreamt of is what you're going to build right now in this present moment, right? So always reflect, right? Understand that there's a greater power in being able to reflect. When you reflect, you get to know yourself better. Let's say, for example, you're going out today, right? Somebody's dog starts barking at you. And let's say you're afraid of dogs. And every time that happens, usually you scream or you tend to run away, right? By sitting down and reflecting and looking at the way you respond to this situation is going to allow you to understand yourself. It's going to allow you to face your fears. Therefore, you can ask yourself, why is it that I'm always responding like this when this happens? Is there a better way to respond? Right? Or let's say if you're afraid of public speaking, right? Some people get sweaty, they begin to shake, right? There's a greater fear around public speaking. So let's say every time you're told, hey, dude, come share something with us here, get on stage, share something. Right? There's always that fear around getting on stage in front of people. Now, if you reflect every time every time you're asked to go on stage, you get all these emotions, not the best emotions. You got to ask yourself, look back in time, ask yourself, why is it I'm experiencing this kind of emotions, right? When you reflect back, why? Now, the importance of reflecting is to allow you to be able to assess yourself. It's allow you to be the judge so that you judge everything you do, right? And then find a resolution, find a way to be able to overcome whatever bad it is. And if it's something good, find a way to encourage yourself to keep doing more of these good things. Yeah. Do we really need to reflect? Ask yourself. So right now is December, right? November just ended. We're in December now. Then soon it's going to be January. Ask yourself, are you going to wait to make a resolution in the new year, or are you going to take this opportunity before the year ends to reflect on how the last 11 months and a half was? Are you going to take the time to look at how was January, how was February, how was March, right? Now, the people who do big things, all those CEOs and everybody who has achieved big things, this is one of the core principles. This is one of the things they normally use in their lives, being able to reflect, reflect on their day, reflect on every single week, every month, every year. So I'm here today to encourage you guys that you need to be able to reflect, right? Make this as a lifestyle. Always reflect on your days. Always reflect on your week. Reflect on your month. Reflect on your year, right? Once that becomes a habit, then life is going to get more easier. As I mentioned earlier today, there's certain things that I've been doing, practicing this thing here, and then I've been practicing the other thing over there. Now, all these two things eventually, like I said, it's going to form a puzzle. And once it forms a puzzle, it allows me to be able to expand and make something big out of it, right? The other video, I talked about the core principles, right? Your health, your spirituality, your mindset, the things you eat, right? The core things within you need to be in alignment. If any one of these four things is off, you'll find that you are somewhat not balanced in your life. You're not going to be balanced. Take, for example, how I was working so hard, I forgot to take care of myself. I forgot about my health. Therefore, 1 year later, I woke up one day, right? So I went from about 180 pounds to 210 pounds, right? I gained all that weight because I neglected my health and being able to work out and staying fit. Now, this has affected the activities I do because I'm out of shape. I can't really run. I can run, but I can't run as I used to, right? For example, yesterday I went out playing. I was playing basketball a little bit. After 5 minutes, I was already out of breath. This is how bad things can get. But as I mentioned, I reflected back in time and I realized, this is a bad thing, right? And this is something that I have to correct, right? The power of reflecting. So identify the issue, find a solution to it, make a plan to that, and then execute it, right? That's one aspect. Find another issue in your life, make a plan to solve it, and then execute it, right? So there's so many little things in your life that once you start changing that one by one over time, you'll find that, your life just gets easier. Everything you do will begin to make sense, right? So this is my message today. This is my message. Get out there, go, do what you're supposed to do. Above all, remember to reflect on your days. Remember to reflect every week, every month, every year, right? By being able to reflect, you take charge of your life. You take charge of everything that you do because you will know that you're in control and you will know that you're not just living, but you're living with intention, right? There's people who are just living and then there's people who live with intention. When you live with intention, you do certain actions, you do certain activities that complement that intent. So if your intention is to live a better life, if your intention is to be able to, do good in this world, if your intention is to be able to have abundance, whatever your intention is, learn that by reflecting, right? The importance of reflecting every single day, week, month, and year will allow you to be able to reassess that intention and will allow you to be able to see every single mistake that you're making so that once you find out what these mistakes are, you come up with a solution to be able to fix it and then a way to move forward, right? So this is all that I have for you all today. Stay blessed. Go out there, work hard. Remember, people are counting on you. Your family is counting on you. Your friends are counting on you. The society is counting on you, right? So get out there, go do stuff, go work hard, work smart. Even though you don't feel like working, don't let your mood dictate whether you do the work or not. Just go out there and get it done. So this is my message for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video about the importance of reflecting on your goals, importance of reflection on your life, and why it's important to reflect, right? Remember, being able to reflect is extremely important, and I would highly recommend that you find resources around this topic, find resources that will help you get better at reflecting and correcting yourself as you move forward. So thanks again. This is Felix, and episode number 6. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, and join me in the early mornings so you get inspired, so you can start your day off right and move forward. I'll speak to you soon. This is Felix, and see you. Cheers.